What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. Vincent Esposito, and today we're going to be going over 3 different ways to make chickpeas. So chickpeas are one of my favorite plant-based sources of protein. Like all legumes and beans, they're a great source of plant-based protein and fiber. Chickpeas are a great source of folate, manganese, magnesium, iron, copper, and a variety of different B vitamins. In fact, 1 cup of chickpeas actually contains 12.5 grams of fiber. And when you take into account the fact that your average American is getting anywhere between 9 and 13 grams of fiber daily, chickpeas can go a long way to filling that quota. Especially when you consider the fact that the recommended minimum intake for fiber daily is 30 grams per day. And if you want to talk more about optimal health, you're looking upwards of 50 grams plus per day. Now, one thing that comes up often when we're talking about plant foods in general is, where do you get your iron? So in fact, there's a variety of different plant foods that contain non-heme iron, and you could actually fulfill your iron requirements with plant foods. Some plants high in iron include things like spinach or broccoli, legumes, nuts, seeds, and of course chickpeas. So one of the rebuttals when it comes to plant forms of iron or non-heme iron is the fact that it is harder to absorb than heme iron, which is found in animal foods. And while that is true, our bodies actually have the ability to selectively absorb non-heme iron, where heme iron is more readily absorbed and not selectively chosen. And you also have to take into account that when you're consuming animal products, you will be consuming other things like TMAO and potential exogenous hormones and antibiotics that are used, especially when we're talking about conventional animal products. And also, considering the fact that we can selectively absorb non-heme iron, it is much less likely you will go into an iron overload consuming plant foods, whereas it is more likely if you are consuming mostly animal products. Interestingly, vitamin C actually increases our ability to absorb iron, and this becomes convenient when we talk about things like broccoli or spinach, because they also are pretty high in vitamin C. So if you are wondering if you can actually get enough iron from plant-based foods, you can if you are consuming simply enough of a variety of foods or consuming some of the foods I mentioned before. And if you're looking for more sources, I will put a picture right here so you can pause the video and see other sources of non-heme iron. Today we're going to do 3 kind of more summary chickpea recipes. We will not be doing a hummus because I've done hummus in other videos, so if you want to check out how to make a hummus, go back to my tahini video and you'll see a version done with cannellini beans. You could simply just substitute in chickpeas for a more traditional version. So today we're going to be doing one of my favorite variations of roasted chickpeas. They're going to be Chipotle-Lime roasted chickpeas. We're also going to be doing a summery chickpea salad, as well as a chickpea bell pepper and bok choy stir fry. So I hope you enjoyed these recipes. If you do, please like and subscribe below. Also, if you're interested in cooking with me twice a week, we are doing cooking classes every Monday and Wednesday. So if you're interested in joining along with us, feel free to sign up. There will be more information in the description below. This is how you take care of your health. It starts right here in the kitchen, and I hope to see you there. But I will stop wasting your time. Let's get right into the video. Okay, so we're going to start with our Chipotle-Lime chickpeas. So we're going to start with some salt, some pepper. We're going to obviously add some ground chipotle pepper. That's going to give it a kick. This is about 1.5 tablespoons. I used a lot because I want a little heat. Going to get obviously some lime juice in there to give it some acidity. Also going to add a little bit of garlic powder since I'm not adding fresh garlic. And then I'm also adding a little bit of olive oil just to toss the coat. Then we're going to get in there with our hands. If you've seen me do this before, you know I like getting in there with my hands. I think it mixes a lot better. Then we're going to roast them in a preheated oven for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. So let's make our salad. So a couple cloves of chopped garlic. We have a diced red onion going into our salad. We have some chopped carrots, some diced bell peppers. So that's a red and green pepper. Gonna have some chopped celery. We're gonna add a little bit of salt here, a little bit of pepper. We want to, season this properly. We want this to be a bright salad, of course. We're going to add some fresh herbs. So today this is actually a mixture of parsley and cilantro. And then we're going to go in with some lime juice. So Today we're actually using 2 limes. This is a lot of chickpeas and salad in general. This was a couple cans or 1 large can, so about 30 ounces or so of chickpeas. And then we're gonna give this a mix. Ideally, I would suggest letting this sit for about 20-30 minutes, just so you know all the flavors marinate, and then it is good to go. You obviously have to give it a taste, make sure your seasonings are right, but that's it. Super simple, awesome recipe for the summer. So let's get started with our stir fry. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to a pan. You can use veggie stock if you want. And to this very hot pan, this is like medium high heat. You don't wanna go too hot and scorch the pan. We're gonna add our sturdier vegetables. So this is gonna be our julienne, bell peppers, onions, and bok choy stems. So we separate the stems from the leaves, and you'll see why as we get to it. So we're gonna mix that, cook that down, 4 to 5 minutes until that gets a little bit softened. Then we are going to be adding our garlic, and we're going to stir until fragrant for about a minute or so, until that garlic really gives off, some of those delicious aromas. We're going to go in with some seasonings then. Then we're going to add some garlic powder, give that a mix, and just wait for that all to cook down. Only a couple minutes. Again, this is a stir fry, so we really don't want to be cooking this too long. Next, we're going to go in with our bok choy leaves and lime juice. Now, the reason we're doing the bok choy leaves towards the end is because they cook down incredibly quickly, similar to spinach. So when they cook down so quickly, they will actually wilt really quickly right into the dish. Then we're going to add some tamari, give it a mix for about a minute or so, and we are good to go. So these are 3 awesome chickpea recipes for the summer. 3 light recipes. Again, these chickpeas that we roasted are great for a snack or for lunch. The chickpea salad's great for parties because you can make it in bulk. The stir fry is one of my favorite 15-minute meals. All you have to do is have some rice already made, maybe even have some leftover rice. It goes a really long way. It makes a huge difference. So I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. If you want to cook along with me, again, now we started our online cooking classes, so there will be more information in the comments and description below, so you can find it there. Thank you for tuning in, guys. I will see you next Thursday, and have a great rest of your week.